Sawdah bint Zama'ah was the second wife of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam after Khadija radiallahu anha. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam married Sawdah 6 months after the passing of Khadija radiallahu anha. Sawdah had been previously married to Sukran bin Amr, who had died either in Abyssinia or shortly after his return to Mecca. Sawdah became a widow, and after she accepted Islam, her family disowned her. She had no one to take care of her, and Rasulullah ﷺ, sympathizing with her, agreed to marry her. It is narrated by Ibn Abbas that in the 6th or 7th year after Hijrah, Sawdah bint feel that Rasulullah ﷺ might divorce her. So she said to him, "Do not divorce me, but keep me and give my day to Aisha." So Rasulullah ﷺ did so, and the following was revealed: that there is no sin on them both if they make terms of peace between themselves, and making peace is better. So whatever they agree to make peace in something, then it is permissible. Aisha narrates that one day the wives of the Prophet ﷺ gathered around him and asked who among the wives would be the first to pass away after him, to which he replied, "The one with the longest hand." The wives of the Prophet ﷺ gathered around to measure who had the longest hands. However, it turned out when the Rasulullah ﷺ said the one with the longest hand, he meant the one who gave the most in charity, and that person was Sawdah radiallahu anha. Sawdah was the first to pass away after the death of Rasulullah ﷺ in the time of Umar al-Khattab's Khalifa. She was buried in Baqi al-Gharqad.
Hafsa bint Umar was the fourth wife of the Prophet ﷺ and the daughters of Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu. Hafsa was once widowed before her marriage to the Prophet ﷺ. Her former husband had gotten wounded in the Battle of Badr. In his lifetime, Hudhayfa had immigrated twice for the sake of Allah. Umar radiallahu anha tried hard to get his daughter married, but could find her no husband. And seeing the struggle of this close companion, the Prophet ﷺ agreed to marry Hafsa. Every day, after their Asr prayer, the Prophet would visit his wives to see if they needed anything. However, on several occasions, he spent more time with Zainab. This upset Aisha, and she spoke about it to Hafsa and Sawdah. They got together and found out that a certain relative had sent Zainab a special kind of honey, and she used it to offer to the Prophet every day. This was his favorite, and so he would stay in her apartment for a while enjoying it. Aisha loved the Prophet so much that she could not bear for him to be late coming to her apartment. So she discussed it with Hafsa and Sawdah, and they decided to tell the Prophet that there was a strange smell emanating from his mouth. When Rasulullah heard this, he believed the smell came from the honey he had, and decided to give it up for good. Since Rasulullah was the last Prophet of Allah, and his every word and every action would become the law of Sharia for all Muslims for the coming generations, this decision of his word has a special significance, and therefore it was a problem, and the Prophet forbade himself from halal, thus making it haram. So Allah rebuked him in the ayah of Surah Al-Tahrim. "O Prophet, why do you forbid that which Allah has allowed to you, seeking to please your wives? And Allah is oft forgiving, most merciful." Around the time, the Prophet ﷺ told a secret matter to Hafsa and warned her to not speak to anyone about it. But Hafsa ended up telling Aisha. Allah then revealed to the Prophet ﷺ what had happened. Allah revealed it in the following ayah of Surah Al-Tahrim. And when the Prophet disclosed the matter in confidence to one of his wife, then she told it. And Allah made it known to him. He informed a part thereof and left a part. Then when he told her thereof, she said, "Who told you this?" He said, "The All-Knower, the All-Aware has told me." Hafsa was still a pious woman. For this reason, the Prophet ﷺ was instructed by an angel Jibreel to take her back after the divorce. Hafsa has memorized the entire Quran and had been the one Umar radiallahu anhu had trusted with the Quran after him. It was because of Hafsa and the fact that she had safeguarded the book that a standard version for reading the Quran was created.